as we're still in that place of worship, I really wanted to share with you some good news that we had a testimony in the first service this morning from Lynn Elias, who is one of our founding senior pastors here at Aylesbury Vineyard. And Lynn was out yesterday with Healing on the Streets, which is run by Aylesbury Chaplaincy, and they were in the middle of the town centre with a big banner that says healing, and they invite people to come and receive prayer for healing right in the town centre on a busy Saturday. And she has some amazing stories from that ministry, but one of the things, they had such an incredible time yesterday. So before they went out into the town, they were here and they were worshipping together. And she said that somebody had a word of knowledge from God that a lady was going to come who had like stabbing pains in her knee. And sure enough, when they went out, a lady came along who said she had terrible pains, stabbing pains in her knee. And she sat down in the chair and they prayed for her and her knee was completely healed, which is amazing, amazing. And it goes on. So she said that after that, there was a mother who came with a young boy about 10 or 11 years old. And this young boy had had an accident and he had broken his elbow. And although it had been set and it had been in a cast, the cast had been taken off, but his elbow had set all wrong and it was all crooked and he couldn't move it like this. He could only hold it like this and he was in quite some pain. And so he sat in the chair and they prayed for him. And she said, as they were praying, they could feel God moving the bones and the things in his elbow until it was completely healed. Isn't that incredible? And she said the most wonderful thing was seeing the boy's look of shock and joy and, disbelief on his face. She said he leapt out of the chair and jumped into his mother's arms crying, and then his mum was crying, and then she said all of them were crying. And it's just so wonderful what God does and how much he cares. And Lynn was saying, she really felt that God is moving. He is moving on our streets. He's not just moving in our church. And that's such a wonderful testimony. And Lynn said finally, she said one of the things that struck her, she was talking to a large group of people that came into the town centre, and she said, how come you're here? And they said they were on a coach day trip to Aylesbury. I mean, yeah, great. We love Aylesbury, right? But they were on a coach trip for Aylesbury. They had paid to come here. And Lynn said she really was taken aback by that and encouraged, because she said, actually, people are going to come here because they know that here in Aylesbury, God is. And, she was just so encouraged and to say, God is moving. He's moving in our town. He's moving in our people because he loves us so much. So I really wanted to share with you this morning that from yesterday in our town centre. I mean, isn't that incredible?